Hi, hello guys, welcome back to our channel, the 5 Minute Revision. Today, let's start a new chapter. Madam rides the bus. Imagine being only 8 years old, living in a small village, and dreaming about something that seems ordinary to everyone else but extraordinary to you. It's not a toy, not a bicycle, not a fair, not even sweets. Just one bus ride, a simple ride to the nearest town. But little did this little girl know that this journey would teach her lessons about life, about independence, about happiness, and even about death. And that is exactly what makes Madam Rides the Bus one of the most beautiful and emotional chapters in class 10th English. This chapter is not just about a bus ride, it is about dreams, curiosity, self confidence, innocence, life and death, and growing up. If your board exams are near, don't worry because in this video we are going to understand the complete chapter in a simple storytelling manner, along with important questions, character sketch of Valli, themes, previous year concepts, most important exam points. So, welcome back to the 5 Minute Revision, your fastest way to complete the entire class 10th English syllabus. And before we begin, please make sure to subscribe the channel because every chapter here is explained in a simplest and most interesting way to help you score maximum marks with a minimum stress. Now let's begin chapter 9. Madam Rides the Bus. Before understanding the story, let's know about its author. This chapter is written by Vali Kannan. He was a famous Tamil writer, poet and journalist. His writings beautifully portray ordinary people and everyday life. His stories are simple yet deeply meaningful. And that is exactly what we see in this chapter. A small incident, an 8-year-old girl's bus ride, becomes a story about life itself. Exam facts: author name Vali Kannan, chapter type a short story, main themes are childhood, curiosity, independence, life and death, self confidence, and very important for board exams. The story revolves around an 8-year-old girl named Valli, who was lovingly called. She had no friends of her own age, and therefore her favorite pastime was very unusual. She would stand at the door of her house and observe the world outside. For Valli, the street itself was a source of entertainment. Every day brought new insights and experiences. But among all these things, one fascinated her the most: the bus. The bus traveled between her village and the nearby town every hour, and watching the passengers getting on and off became a source of endless joy. Slowly, a tiny dream entered her heart. She wanted to ride that bus, even if only once, and gradually, that tiny wish became an overwhelming desire. Most asked question is, what was Valli's favorite pastime? Now, Valli became serious. She wanted to know everything about the journey. Without anybody noticing, she carefully listened to conversations. She asked different questions and slowly gathered information. She discovered distant to town 6 miles, fare 30 paise one side, 45 minutes for the journey, 60 paise needed for the round trip. And then she started planning, calculating, recalculating again and again. She had only one dream: to travel all alone, like a grown up. Now came the biggest challenge: money. 60 paise was a fortune for a little girl, but Valli was determined. She began saving every coin that came her way, and this was not easy. She sacrificed many small pleasures: balloons, toys, even the merry-go-round at the village fair. Although she desperately wanted to enjoy those things, she controlled herself. Such determination at the age of 8. Finally, she collected 60 paise. Her dream was now possible. The next challenge was how to leave the house without her mother's knowledge. Fortunately, every afternoon her mother slept after lunch, and Valli cleverly used this opportunity. One fine spring day, The bus was about to leave when suddenly a small voice shouted, "Stop the bus!" And there stood Valli, holding her carefully saved money, ready for the greatest adventure of her life. The conductor was cheerful and humorous. He found Valli amusing and jokingly addressed her as a madam. Everyone laughed, but Valli wanted to be treated like an adult. She disliked being called a child. Whenever someone called her child, she protested immediately. "I have paid my 30 paise like everyone else." This shows confidence, self respect, and independence. The conductor and Valli gradually became friends. Their conversation brings humor to the story. At last, the journey began, and Valli was thrilled. Everything looked magical: green fields, palm trees, blue sky, grasslands, canals, and mountains. The new bus itself fascinated her. Its soft seats, the shiny bars, the beautiful clock. She devoured everything with her eyes. The entire world appeared wonderful because this was her first adventure, and every sight filled her with happiness. Soon an elderly woman sat beside Valli, but Valli disliked her. She found her appearance unpleasant, and the Betelgeuse made her feel uncomfortable. The woman kept asking questions, but Valli politely avoided her. She wanted to appear independent. This scene beautifully captures the childish nature of Valli. Suddenly, a young cow started running in front of the bus. The driver horned repeatedly, but the more he horned, the faster the cow ran. This sight made Valli burst into laughter. She laughed so much that tears came to her eyes. The conductor jokingly said, "Save some laughter for tomorrow." This becomes one of the happiest moments of the chapter. Soon, the bus reached town, and Valli was amazed. Huge shops, crowd, busy roads, bright displays, everything looked wonderful. But surprisingly, she did not get down. Why? Because she had no extra money, and she didn't want anyone's help, not even the conductor's offer of a free drink. She simply bought another ticket and stayed on the bus. This shows self respect, independence, maturity. The conductor kindly offered her a cool drink, but Valli refused because she had only 60 paise and she did not want charity. She wanted the journey to be entirely her own achievement. This small act reveals her dignity and self respect. Now comes the emotional turning point. On the return journey, Valli saw the same cow, but this time it was dead, lying beside the road, blood everywhere, its eyes fixed, its body lifeless. Suddenly, the joy disappeared. The playful animal that had made her laugh had now become frightening. The sight disturbed her deeply, and she lost interest in the scenery. For the first time, Valli encountered the mystery of death. This incident changes the mood of the story completely. Now, at 3:40, Valli returned home. Nobody knew where she had gone. Her mother was talking to an aunt. The aunt was a chatterbox. And during the conversation, her mother said, "There are many things happening around us, and even when we know something, we don't understand it completely." Valli silently smiled because she alone knew what she had experienced, and no one could understand her feelings. Now, let's quickly recall the main points of character sketch of Valli. Valli was curious, intelligent, determined, independent, self-respecting, courageous, innocent, mature beyond her age, observant, practically. These traits are frequently asked in board exams. Quick exam revision. Author Valli Kannan. Heroine Valli. Age 8 years. Favorite pastime watching the street. Strongest desire bus ride. Fare 60 paise. Distance 6 miles. Conductor called her madam. Refused free drink. Cow incident. Dead cow changed her mood. Main themes: curiosity, independence, life and death, childhood innocence, growing up. very important for board exams. So, what does Madam Rides the Bus teach us? Dreams have no age, curiosity makes life beautiful, independence gives confidence, and growing up means understanding both joy and sorrow. If this video helped you revise faster, please like, share, and comment to the 5-minute revision. And don't forget to subscribe the channel. And free exam ready PDF notes with important NCERT questions and answers are available in the description PDF. These notes are specially designed in a board exam format and will help you score higher marks. So definitely download them before your exam starts. Next chapter coming very soon. Until then, keep learning, keep revising, and keep believing in yourself. See you in the next video.